Hello everyone and welcome to a new virtual pet video. Today I'll be talking about the Nekotcha. Neko, what a piece of shit. In short is the review of this video. So I mentioned in my last video that this was one of my latest additions. And what an addition it is. To start off, put batteries in and did not work. So I was like, oh, okay, return to sender, I guess, and get a refund. But I don't like giving up that easy. So I took it apart. First thing I noticed was the reset button was like folded in on itself. This was brand new in packaging, allegedly. So I'm not sure how that happened. And I basically had to readjust the way that the two bits of plastic were held together because the battery was a working battery, but it just nothing was happening, or it just was a black screen and nothing. So I fiddled around with it a bit, tightened it in the various screws that we have here. Something interesting is that these two screws that hold on the battery door are also holding together the two bits of plastic here, as well as these two screws here. So got them off, adjusted them a little bit, put it back together, and after about half an hour of struggling, we had life. First of all, I'm glad that this is actually coming up on the camera, because if I have it in any certain position, the sprite just disappears completely. So it actually views best if you're looking at it from a top-down view. So if I'm putting it up here, it looks bad. Here it looks better. It gets darker the lower it is, which is fair because I like to look down on this virtual pet. It's awful. So I'll give a couple of reasons to why it's awful, besides the fact that I had to struggle to have it in, and yes, it looks like the battery door's coming off a little bit, and it's not. These two bits of plastic aren't fully together, because it doesn't work otherwise. Anyway, so first of all, this is the cat. I don't own a cat. I'm not really a cat person. I don't hate them. I like them. Like, if I see a cat, I'll say, hello, cat. I'll just, pat it if it wants to be patted, whatever. I don't hate cats, but I don't have a lot of experience with cats. So maybe someone else can tell me in the comments, does this look like a cat? No? Okay, didn't think so. Anyway, so first thing, screen bad. Second thing, sprites don't leave many things. I don't know how to better phrase it. The sprites are shite. They're shites, not sprites. Anyway, so the other thing, I like that they've labelled these buttons, because otherwise I wouldn't know what to do. So menu highlights the menu, which is even harder to see. So there's food, there's poo, there's medicine. There's not as many options as was shown in the on the box, but whatever. There's a nurse, so that's injury. Oh, but also, it's also playing. So they've actually combined some of those icons that they had on the packaging that I was showing before in the last video. So if I select, there's apparently a bandage, looks like a cleaver, but anyway. So if we click choice, we'll navigate to another menu item, and this is something, but I think it might actually be the toy for the little cat, because that's apparently the face the cat makes when it's happy. So other menu options, so we have, I think this is status, I don't know. The amount of hearts go up as I've been looking after it. They started at 1, they're now at 5, but whoever designed this didn't do a super fantastic job, because it always shows 6 when you first hover over that, and then it just sort of goes back to 1. So if you notice, we'll just go back there, select, see how it's 6? Oh wait, no, now they count it. They don't count the number of hearts until the screen loads in. Okay, whatever, right? So other options we have is, now this is actually a nifty feature. We can have the cat nap if it wants to nap. So we can select it, and the minimum nap is 2 hours, but we can also increase this by clicking on choice. Now, I don't mind this feature. I don't mind this feature at all. That's pretty neat. And I can select it, and that's it saying, no, apparently, I don't want to have a nap. So those are the moods. Yes, which is a smiley face. No is a frowning face. Alright, so in terms of food, it always says no to my fish. So that's the first thing. It's fish bone. I think I might have killed it before by clicking on fish bone. It does a frowny face, which I still think means it eats it, because if I kept on clicking fish, it killed it. So what we actually want to do is we want to hit choice, and we want to go to Terrence and Phillip / muffin / tin of cat food, I guess. And then we get a happy face. Yay. So that's apparently what it likes. In terms of other things, obviously there's the poo icon. I believe that's probably the best sprite in the game of feces. So well done for the sprite artists for this. And then arrow. I have no idea what this means. I select it and he's happy. I can only assume, judging by the packet, that is go out, and the arrow is go out. I don't know. So another thing is obviously medicine. The first option is medicine. I hit choice. I have no idea what this is either. A beaker. Do you want to do some science? I have no idea what that one is. I don't think the cat likes it. The other option is pill, which makes sense. That's medication. Whatever. So drugs. But I don't know what the second one is. Maybe glass of water. I don't know. Let's see if the cat feels like whatever the fuck this option is. Select. Okay, apparently the cat likes it. Still, not what a cat looks like. So, yeah. Those are the options in Nekotcha. Pretty crap, to be honest. I like the colour of blue. I like the fact that it looks like a bear. I don't think anybody in the design team knew what a cat looked like, except for whoever designed the box art, because the box art does look like a cat. Anyway, so another feature that isn't completely shite is that when we first set the time, we're actually given the option to set the time that the cat wakes up and the time that the cat goes to sleep, which is pretty cool, and I don't think I've really ever seen that in another... See, look at that screen. Look, that's just me holding it. I would normally hold something like this, but no, the screen just like... the screen is shite. That's the first thing I noticed about the pet, and it's something that I'm continuing to notice. So yeah, you can set the time that the cat goes to sleep and the cat wakes up. That's neat. I don't know why time's the biggest button here. You only ever use it to obviously check the time. It doesn't do anything else. And I quite often find myself trying to click select by clicking on the menu button. I have no idea why. But yeah, so this is definitely the worst virtual pet that I've ever had. Obviously I won't return it. The seller, I don't want to burden the seller by having to resell this to some other poor soul. I'll probably keep it just for collection's worth, just to say that I've got something worse than the pendulum cycle. I don't know. But this virtual pet is definitely, if 2020 was a virtual pet, I feel like this would be a very good icon for 2020 in terms of virtual pets. But yeah, the sprites are bad, the screen's bad. I think it was trying to get my attention before, but it sounded like the speaker was fizzling out. It kind of just went at me. That was weird. And yeah, I went over to it and the nap icon was selected, and I was like, oh great, it's actually telling me it wants something. So I hit nap and I was like, okay, let's nap for 2 hours. And it said no. I didn't understand that, because I thought it was actually being a virtual pet and telling me it wanted attention. It's not like it's a hard virtual pet. It's not like the Dinky Dino, because there's so many different complications. Like, you have to make sure the aircon's on, you have to make sure it's eating and drinking, and you have to make sure that it's studying and it's happy. It doesn't have all those levels of detail. It doesn't have those levels of difficulty. It's just shite. It's just... I don't know, like, does it evolve to look like a cat? I mean, I've got to give the designers of this virtual pet something. They didn't make the cat hatch out of an egg. The cat always looked like this, and I'm really hoping that it evolves and it doesn't always look like an oval. Well done. It's shite. It's just, it seems like they didn't try at all. It seems like this is something I would have made in school as a school assignment, and I would get a passing mark on just because functionally, yeah, it's a virtual pet. You feed it, it goes to sleep. There's a clock. It allegedly poos. No idea what that's going to be like. That's exciting. But, I don't know. They definitely didn't have an arts department. And I don't know. But, there's a reason why you don't hear about this virtual pet often. There's a reason why there's not a 20th anniversary version of it. Because it's shite. But yeah, so thanks for watching this little review about the Nekotcha. Don't buy one. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!